Did you know there's a landfill in Bethlehem just over the mountain?
You could just smell it. I live like maybe a mile and a half from you, smell it. And it's like, we have enough of our trash. So New Yorkers and the Jersey people should keep their trash where they belong. And Pennsylvania shouldn't import anymore. We already have enough of our own.
It's a cash cow for the municipality. That's why they do it. That's why they do it.
How many tons of trash did PA landfill in 2001? 12.4 million tons of trash. And 92% of that was out of state.
That's amazing.
Well, trash. I'm in favor of trash, eh? What sort of trash?
Municipal solid waste. That's the trash we throw out every day, you and I. Do you know where most of your trash goes?
Staten Island?
That landfill is now closed. So some of your trash every day goes to Pennsylvania.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Am I supposed to feel something?
I am a punk rocker. You want to hear punk?
No, but I want to know, do you know where your trash goes when you throw it away?
Where does it fucking go?
Pennsylvania, did you know that?
I didn't know it and didn't give a fuck.
Would you like to send your trash to Pennsylvania? 7 cents a pound? Anyone? Would you like to send your trash to Pennsylvania for 7 cents a pound? You're from Philadelphia? Can I ask you a few questions about your trash and New York City's trash and all the trash that goes to Pennsylvania? Actually, New York City is competing with Philadelphia for the landfill space, which is in with 250 miles of the city.
Wow.
Did you know
They
that?
put it in the western part of the state. I think that'd be okay.
That'll increase transportation costs.
Out there.
No one lives out in western Pennsylvania.
Well, some people, aside from Pittsburgh, right?
Well, actually, Pennsylvania's population is increasing just as every other state is. A lot of people from New York are moving to Pennsylvania, too.
Like Bucks County, right?
Would you like to take home a piece of New York City trash with you today?
That's where I'm from.
That's where you're from?
Yeah.
Did you know?
I've been living here 8 years. I know exactly what you're going to talk about.
You do? What am I going to talk about?
About the fact that they're dumping all the trash over here.
Well, that's probably makes sense.
And how do you feel about that?
That's like pig farms are in North Carolina. They have to be someplace, and they're not here, so they go to the cheapest place to put them.
Would you want a pig farm next to you in Massachusetts?
Would not, no.
No.
And I don't think you'd want one here either. And the people in North Carolina don't want them there either.
Right.
They're there for a reason.
Mm-hmm. And who allows the pig farms and the landfills to come in? Is it the government?
It's not the government. It's the entrepreneurs that own it and that are looking for places to do business.
And like the companies that run the trash companies here, is it in the private sector or is it city owned?
It's private sector. Waste Management, Allied, and BFI. They like to leave it in Pennsylvania because it's closer and it's less transportation costs.
Yeah, well, yeah. The cost of gas, I guess you can't blame them, right?
Most of the landfills in Pennsylvania are going to be full in 5 years. So they're going to have to start transporting the trash further away to the Carolinas and to Georgia. And that would mean they'd have to pay a man or a woman to drive the truck over a day. They would have to take a break somewhere in there because they're required to sleep. Then, in order to cut costs, the city wants to transfer the trash using barges and rail cars instead. How do you feel about that?
It's more energy efficient, I guess.
Relying entirely on the internal combustion engine for all of our transportation needs is clearly a limited future. And we have to use other modes of transportation for everything we do.
In all the years that I have been part of anything, no one's ever asked me how I feel about transferring trash by barge or whatever means to North Carolina.
Well, today is your lucky day, sir.
It is some kind of day.
Since 1989 when the garbage barge was going around, do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, they've been donating ever since.
The Mobro?
What's that?
The Mobro is the name of the barge.
I just knew it was the garbage barge.
No state took that. That got sent back to New York City.
Okay, that I wasn't aware of, because that floated around for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. That's what actually started that stupid recycling movement, which I'm not a big fan of either, because recycling has cost jobs too.
Well, recycling is a business. It is, and I guess the people that have the power over the trash at the moment it's a lot of money to restructure like their system for recycling.
Using our creativity and our technology creates jobs for people. They aren't necessarily manufacturing products that have a 12% profit margin on them, but they're putting people to work and they are circulating goods and services. And I think that that's one big thing that we overlook with our garbage situation at present.
Before long, we're going to have enforced recycling of practically everything we use. That will only delay the end by for a few decades.
Currently, New York City recycles 16% of its waste, and its goal is to reach 25%. Do you know a percentage of the waste that's recycled in Germany?
I would say now at least 50%, 60%, because the trash itself is so small already that glass, plastic, and all these things get recycled in Germany right now.
Actually, 25% was New York City's goal in 1989. So, in 2006, our goal is still the same.
We waste so many resources. Just because we're done with a paper bag doesn't mean that the cellulose in there can't be reused for another thing. I think that because our economy is predicated on the use of large amounts of very cheap resources, we tend to look at those products as over. But when we start recognizing that our resources are limited, whether that's oil, good riddance, or other materials, that we can use our creativity and our technology to find new uses for these materials so they aren't just dumped.
What about incineration? Have you heard of incineration?
Wouldn't that release toxic fumes into the sky?
It does, but they can also capture some of the energy to use it as an alternate energy source.
I guess that beats not incinerating, right? Gets rid of it.
Well, a lot of environmentalists think that incineration is bad because of the fumes it puts in the air and that people have to inhale, which increases birth defects and so forth. And landfills release methane into the air.
Yes, and they capture it most often to turn it into fuel.
There's too much of a downside to it. You understand what I'm saying?
I like to see them tap off the methane gas, but that cuts into the oil profits, and that's not going to happen here either. So
we keep producing trash, so we're going to keep producing methane, and if they don't tap it, sometimes it can cause explosions. So you don't think they should tap the methane?
I don't think so.
What should they do? What's an alternate thought?
Well, if there's a place to put trash other than incinerate it, aren't there a lot of quarry holes that we've dug that could be filled with trash or something?
They even do it in Germany. I think in the former, where the mines are and all these things in Germany, where the Ruhrgebiet, what they call it, where they put the coal for the last 150 years out, the closed mines, they use some mines of it and put trash in it.
On the moon. They'll build an island somewhere in the middle of the ocean.
They don't dump it in the ocean?
They used to, back in the early 1900s they did, and then before, I believe, World War II, New Jersey sued New York City for dumping the trash in the ocean.
Yeah.
But actually, that brings up a good point. Battery Park, have you been to Battery Park?
Yeah, I was there.
That actually was created with trash.
Oh, really?
They threw it into the water to expand the land. At that time, it was crates and a lot of oyster shells.
Okay.
And actually, a lot of our parks in the city, such as Central Park, that was landscaped with trash.
Okay, yeah. But now there's no space anymore to put trash, huh? That's why they have to go.
Well, I was brainstorming. I think maybe we should turn part of Central Park back into a landfill, and then we can just landscape it all over again.
Oh yeah, it's possible. I don't think that much people agree.
I don't like that idea.
You don't like that idea? We could also capture the methane as an alternate fuel source.
Somewhere else.
Just not in your backyard.
No.
All municipalities are going to have to come up with more innovative ways to deal with products at the end of their lives.
I think the human race is doomed to extinction during this century.
Because of global warming?
No, not global warming, but because of our own psychology.
So this is an international problem.
It's an international problem, I think so, yeah.
Excuse me, would you like to take home a piece of New York City trash with you today? Did you know Pennsylvania imports more trash than any other state? Would you like to take home a piece of New York City trash with you today? Anyone? Trash? Do you want me to test your knowledge a little on New York's trash trends? Excuse me, would you like to take home a piece of New York City trash with you today? Okay. Would you like to send your trash to Pennsylvania for 7 cents a pound? Would you? Yep, you're sending it there anyway. Would you like to send your trash to Pennsylvania? Would you like to send your trash to Pennsylvania? Excuse me, would you like to send your trash to Pennsylvania? 7 cents a pound. It's going there anyway. You're paying it anyway. Anyone, would you like to send your trash to Pennsylvania? 7 cents a pound. Excuse me, would any of you like to take home a piece of New York City trash with you?